Hi everybody, this is Odd Samurai and today I'm going to be reacting to Chainsaw Man, chapter 209. So, yeah. Um, so, I, you know, I don't think it's gonna happen, but there's a small part of me that's like, okay, what if we start the chapter or most of or all of the chapter it's gonna we're just gonna cut away to someone else like Yoshida or Death, and we're not gonna know what happens to Asayoru. Still, that would be kind of mean, but I would respect it. So, yeah. Do I think that Asa or Yoru are dying here? I find it very unlikely. Asa, I would be genuinely upset if she died here. As for Yoru, it would be kinda underwhelming, but I wouldn't be nearly as upset. Like, what are, the possibilities that can happen? I saw some people saying like, oh, maybe the Yoru part that has been invading Asa's brain is going to be the one to die. Or they're gonna be like fully separated. Maybe I can definitely see that happening. I would love that. Uh, but yeah, there's I can say like another thing like, oh, Death comes here right now, and she's the one that does something so that neither of them die. Maybe, but like I can just keep uh, saying different possibilities, but like we won't know until we actually see it. But yeah, now that we have Asa in actual danger of dying, though, I will say I am kind of disappointed. Like, yeah, obviously, because I don't think Asa will die here. There's still a chance that it's gonna get explored, but the way that her trauma in regards to Yoru sexually assaulting her alongside with Denji hasn't really, you know, seemed to have factored in the way that she acts so far. It's yeah, like with Denji we can see it, but it would be better if we got to see Asa's thoughts so that we can confirm that it's been affecting her negatively, because so far right now it just kind of feels like it's being ignored. And with Denji, like, it works if we don't get his internal thoughts, because for one, like, he's good at that's his whole coping mechanism, avoidance. So seeing his thoughts doesn't really like yeah, it helps, but even with his actions we can see how it affects him. But with Asa we haven't really gotten much of that, really, at all. And that's why I'm like, it would feel like unnatural, maybe not unnatural, but it would feel like you know, her sexual trauma is just not being acknowledged whatsoever. like Denji agreeing to sex with Yoru without Asa's consent. You know, like something like that. I'm like, how can Asa still like him romantically despite that? It just wouldn't leave me with the bad taste in my mouth. And that's why I want her internal thoughts, so that I can be like, okay, this is what she's doing this, or how, you know, how she's reasoning it out in her head. Also, when she like asked Denji for help because of what Yoru's planning to do after Death dies, and he's like, okay, all right, I'll kill you. And he wasn't able to try and see that she doesn't actually want to die. She wanted Denji to try and think of another solution, like back at the aquarium. And like I said, I don't blame Denji not being able to really exercise empathy. That's been something that we've been really focusing on the very recent chapters. But that's another thing where it's like, man, Denji's just not good for Asa right now. But yeah, like I wish we got something where like when she said like I'll make you happy, Denji, that we got, you know, like at least something of the lines of like, oh, I will save you no matter what, because, you know, my heart is in the right place, therefore it's right, you know, something along those lines. And you might say, well, you know, it's in the subtext. And I could see it, but sometimes you gotta be a little more clear, Fujimoto. Because right now I'm not sure what the direction he's taking with Asa is. But you know, people misunderstanding it, that's not necessarily Fujimoto's fault. So yeah, that's why I'm hoping that Asa was still trying to save him because of, you know, what it means for herself. She would go to these lengths for Denji because of what it means for herself. This is her way of being selfish. Saving Denji is, you know, her, you know, serving her self-interest. And I hope that she gets to finally be selfish for herself and finally get to do something that she wants just for her eventually. But yeah, it's also sad that Denji is still suicidal, and the only difference from 207, I believe, is that he's using it now as an excuse to see it as a, you know, a way to atone for what he's done, which is definitely not the healthy way to handle what falling and fire put him through. But yeah, no, that's you know, totally understandable. Like I said last time, expecting Denji to be just, you know, be so optimistic about himself and not think so harshly of what he's done. And yeah, of course, that would not have changed. Just Asa's little short speech I would have been very confused if it managed to work a miracle. But yeah. I don't think Yoru felt, any kind of like conscience, and that's why she's decided not to turn him into a weapon. It's just she just got attached to her current dog. All right, let's get to the next chapter. Title: Terrifying Weapon. All right, we're not cutting away. We're continuing on where we left off. That is the weapon that went through Asayuru's head. Okay, getting a big panel showing where it pierced her. Okay, another panel of more weapons coming in. Oh, damn. That guy is dead. I was hoping he wouldn't. And a sword just also pierced Denji's head. And, like, there isn't anyone right now to give him blood, so he's down for the count right now. Which, like, honestly, that might be a kindness. Since seeing what just happened to Asayuru would have definitely sent him into a spiral of despair. Okay, a panel showing a light coming from the door or a window? That's a kind of a bleak image. Oof. Asayuru got obviously the spear in the head and another sword in the thigh. Denji got also a second sword through the gut or the stomach. Fallen? Oh dear, I thought I held back. Was War Devil always this weak? Yeah, I remember Falling saying that, like, yeah, I'm not gonna kill you. I'm just gonna, like, hurt you a little bit. Now what? What's gonna happen? Was War Devil always this weak? I mean, Falling should know, right? She's a primal devil? Though we don't know if she's ever died. But, like, surely, there must have been a time where the War Devil was really terrifying power-wise. Long ago, I'd heard she was more frightening. Wait, what's the name of the chapter? Terrifying Weapon. What if it's not an object? What if the title is referring to the War Devil? Okay. Still, Yoru is... still out. Falling, I want to say looking at her, but, eyes closed and all. You got another zoom out of Yoru unconscious? Question mark? Falling is still looking at her, but now with her eyes closed. Oh, what? Yoru just disappeared? What the hell is happening? How did she do it? Now a zoom in on Falling's eyes. What? Okay. I guess. Yoru just used the same spear that was used on her to stab Falling in the chest from behind. We can't see her eyes though. Yoru's? Falling looks a little surprised. Okay, a big panel focusing on one of Yoru's arms. Oh no, it's not. It's not Yoru's arms. It's Falling's. She sent Yoru flying into a building. Are we gonna know how Yoru is fine? Well, right, like she looked fine. It didn't seem like she had any like a hole in her forehead, but hard to say from that angle. Oh my, didn't she just die? Thank you for asking the right questions. Whoa. Okay, well, you know, okay, no, let me. I was gonna say, like, okay, that's impressive, but we've seen Yoru cut up falling before and she just regenerates anyway, but there's definitely something different about Yoru right now. She hasn't said a single word since she got up. But yeah, with 2 swords, she's cut, falling into multiple pieces. A panel of Falling's head in one hand. Hey, falling. Once again, we can't really see barely anything of Yoda's face because it's being hidden by hair. Yo, okay. Yo, it seems like Yoda's locked in. One of Falling's, like, spiky arms goes to attack Yoda and she just grabs it. What happened? What's the difference? And still, her eyes are hidden. Oh, okay, she crushed it with her fist. Hard to tell, but it seems like Falling is taken aback a little bit. Another shot of Yoda looking down. Now that I think about it, yeah. She's kind of been looking down every panel. Seems like there's blood dropping on the floor. Oh, it's not blood, it's tears? Okay. Zooming in onto Yoda's eyes. And yep, there are tears. So she is capable of crying. But why? Why is she crying? I forgot. Why did I forget? Wait, was she missing memories? Yo, what if yeah, okay. She gained memories from the spear stabbing her brain. Okay, another panel of zooming on her eyes. Is still looking down. No. Why? Why did I remember? Right, because like, it seems, and hopefully I'm not forgetting something, but Yoru before this wasn't even aware that she was forgetting something. What did she remember? Okay, let me keep reading. Okay. I don't know what this sound effect is. VWP? But it seems like Falling is still falling and getting cuts here and there. Yoru's about to grab another sword. The way her arms look is interesting though. They look kind of like, maybe not weakened, but they look kind of like something was drained out of them. Well, it's not being drained. I think Falling is like churning them and like, you know, multiple times. That's what those speed lines mean. Yoru notices. Whoa, okay. With a single punch, she pretty much exploded Falling's upper half. And it doesn't seem even like Yoru's trying. Oh dear, this is bad news. At least when Yoru had the power up with Pochita, like we got it right away. Why? When the chapter started. But here I'm just like, what's happening? I don't, yeah, because if it was like, the world gaining more fear for war, then we wouldn't have had that scene with Yoru being like, why did I forget? Falling's bottom half falls to the ground. Well, this is bad. Like, this is definitely more bad. Like, Yoru getting really powerful? Oh, yeah. I mean, what did I have I already said this? Like, it's been set up that Yoru is gonna be the final antagonist of part 2. And this is already making me feel like, oh yeah. Yeah, I guess it was needed to really feel Yoru like a true challenge. Okay, Falling doesn't seem to be regenerating. Okay, Yoru's walking away, going back to the building where they were, but Denji is still out. She's right in front of him as the TV starts speaking. I repeat, breaking news. I repeat, this just in. In the ongoing war between the Soviet Union and the USA. Oh, okay. Maybe I spoke too soon. Maybe it's a combination of both. We didn't... Did we know that the Soviets and the Americans were having a war? Like, I don't mean the Cold War. I mean, like, like war. America has reportedly dropped a new weapon in several Soviet cities. But, I mean, I think it's a combination of whatever Yoru remembered and humanity's fear of war. We have yet to learn the extent of the damage to the cities. However, according to information released by the American military, the weapon is extremely lethal. Oh, this gotta be the title. Terrifying weapon? And was planned to be used on devils. I see. Understood. I have an update. Okay, according to this new information... No, before we get to the last page, I was gonna say, what if it's nuclear weapons or nukes? Because, like, that was, like, literally what Yoru said she wanted to use in the last panel of, like, chapter 98. But she said she would have to make Pochita throw them up. But she hasn't been able to. Unless... So, like, Okay, let me get grading, actually. This weapon that was dropped on the Soviets, it's an extremely powerful bomb-like weapon that mainly uses uranium or plutonium, what's called atomic energy. The American military used this weapon for the first time as a fast track to ending the war. Oh Ah, we have the weapon's name now. Shit. Oh no. Yeah, so I was gonna say, sure, the name of it might have been erased from existence, but could it be invented again? So, just because people forgot what they were, they could always come up with it again. After all, it's not like, ears or mouths. It was an invention by humans. Oh, bro, ooh, this gives me chills. Nuclear weapons. Oh, by the way, that's a great last page. That's what it is. That's what it is. So what she'd forgotten was nuclear weapons. Yo, let me read. Let me go use another tab. To check chapter 98. Chainsaw Man. I'm pretty sure that's how it was worded. It had like 50 pages. Okay. As far as like the last panel of that. Here. Yeah. I'll make you vomit nuclear weapons back up. Yo, that's so... That's crazy, but also disheartening. That Yoru didn't even have to make Pochita throw them up. She only had to wait, and then humans came up with it again. That's so sad, really. Just, humanity's I was gonna say incline, that's not it. But like humanity is just, leaning towards violence and mass destruction was more reliable than Yoru's will to get those back. Also, like, I'm not sure if I, like, understand fully how this works. Because, like, she says, like, here. I forgot, why did I forget? Why did I remember? So, like, obviously, nuclear weapons would have already been eaten prior to chapter 98. And yet she knew what they were and knew their name. So, like, why is she acting like she forgot? So I think it's just that it's not that she forgot, what the name of nuclear weapons are or what they do. Because otherwise, why would she have said that in chapter 98? I think what she forgot is just the sensation of them being in existence. Like, nukes are such a big symbol of what war is. That's basically another child of hers. that she's like, oh, it's been born again. And now that I think about it, you think surely, like quickly after this, we're gonna get a nuke devil, and she's gonna be making use of it. Yeah, that's gotta be it, right? It's not that she forgot the name of it or what they do. I keep repeating this, but it's just like that's what this chapter makes you think. But it's like that cannot be right. Unless she forgot in between 98 and 209, but I wouldn't, like, how would that even happen? So it's gotta be that she forgot, you know, the way they look and the way that, just, you know, the full impact of them. So that's why she's crying. Because she missed it. After all, she's been, I was gonna say, vying for this, but like, she hasn't mentioned nuclear weapons since the chapter she was introduced, so I'm like, yeah, I'm not fully sure. That's like the biggest thing to me, this chapter, because, you know, a lot of it was just action. Can't even say like, oh, cool action, because it's Yoru and you know, to hell with Yoru. So like, I'm just, you know, trying to make sure that I got the mechanics of Pochita's eating and erasing of concepts. But yeah, this is gonna be a big game changer. Yoru's, I don't want to say like power levels, but that's what it is, are gonna skyrocket. Also, of course, of freaking course, that the first time that nuclear bombs were invented, the Americans used it. And now that they've been invented again, well, the Americans once again are the first ones to use them. That's not some pointed social commentary, then I don't know how you would take it. Yeah, like, man. Fuck America, man. If it wasn't for them, Yura would not have gotten this power up. America always be starting and ending wars for just, you know, the most terrible and heinous intention and ways. But yeah. And not much else to say right now. I'm not fully sure if Yoru managed to kill Falling for good. If so, that would be crazy, but you know, with the reveal of the last page, I think I'd be able to. Yeah, I think I'd be like, yeah, no, that I can buy it. That Yoru can kill this iteration of the Fallen Devil after freaking nukes are back. So, yeah. I think that's gonna be it. for this chapter, but man, yeah, very, very foreboding. Anyway, if you enjoyed my reaction, please like and subscribe. Till next time, see ya.